Hi, my name is Brenda Titus. Thank you for joining me for my video series, My Year Recovering from Retinal Detachment. This is the 28th video in my series, so if you've just found me or you're curious about the earlier parts of my journey, please feel free to check out the playlist and go back to the beginning. I do go through step by step the experience of diagnosis and treatment and recovery and the journey of all of those through 2 retinal detachments that I had in January 2024 and July 2024. So I guess that means that as I'm sitting here today, I'm at 16 months for the left eye and 10 and a half months for the right eye. So if that kind of helps you see the status of my journey sitting here today as well. Also, as a reminder that this is in no means intended to take the place of any medical advice or mental health advice. It truly is my journey. I do sometimes add some insight as a professional hypnotherapist, but again, that's based on my training and qualifications and experience associated with that. And for more information, I definitely recommend that you check out my video series, Thoughts from the Hypnosis Office, for more information there. And thank you so much. Either way, I'm happy that you're here. This has given me something positive to work on every week. Well, the video series on my eyes periodically, but the other video series, something that I've been able to put my positive focus on every week, especially over these last few months when the healing process has been a little bit frustrating and feels like a little bit of a slog as I've been moving my way through. So the video series have given me something positive to work on and focus on, and to be able to share my insights, both the retinal detachment part as well as the hypnosis part as well. So with that, okay, so my last video, I did double check it. I know it was 3 months ago. I had just ordered my glasses and I have my glasses, so that's a preview of where we're going to be heading today. I do think they're fun. I like them. And I had also mentioned that I used some eye drops for inflammation. So those actually are pretty important parts of what we're going to talk about today. So I've had my glasses for 7 weeks. Now, on my last video, I said, hey, I'm going to get my glasses in a couple of weeks, and I'll be excited to share with you how it's going. And the truth is, that it has been a frustrating process adjusting to my glasses. There are a lot of great benefits. So I will say that actually, especially being able to have glasses always on my face and not having to grab a magnifying glass or readers to be able to read up close has definitely been incredibly, incredibly helpful. And so I'm very, very happy about that. So I will set that up right from the beginning. It is true that when he, I think I put a lot of emphasis on, oh, one day I'm going to get my glasses and everything's going to be wonderful and amazing. And the reality is that they can only correct my vision so much through the surgery plus the glasses. Technically, I used to be actually pretty nearsighted, and which they think is very likely, part of the cause of my retinal detachments. I think I had like a -3 in my glasses. So that's a pretty big adjustment on your distance vision. So now my glasses are on my distance over here is minus 0.75, so a very, very small correction over here. And this one on the upper edge has no correction at all. It's just a lens. So that has been a big adjustment. And it's really truly because, like I said, the lenses inside my eyes after the cataract surgery was a substantial increase. And so technically, I don't really need the glasses for distance. I do believe that they theoretically help me some, partly because then there's the glare correction. And of course, like I said, actually the mid distance, which is really, really important to me in my work, where I'm, working with people and trying to look them in the eye and creating connection in my hypnosis office. The mid and of course being able to look at my parents and my nieces and my family and my husband and my cats and my friends, right? That was so hard. Oh, or to be able to even see me and myself in the camera right now, or to be able to see myself in the mirror. Those were all things that I really, really struggled with actually until I had my glasses. So to be very, very clear how much of a struggle that mid distance was until 7 weeks ago when I got my glasses. And then, of course, like I said, I have the additional close near vision readers, so to speak. And so there's a lot of really good parts about having the glasses, and I'm so happy about that, but it has been a big adjustment. Now, we did also add a prism lens on this side, and I don't know if it's helping or not. One day I got really frustrated and I said, I give up. It was very hard to adjust to these glasses. It was a big step. I think I'd gotten used to not having glasses. I'd get kind of dizzy. I was afraid of falling. So it did take me a couple of weeks to really feel comfortable. And now I pretty much, I put them on first thing in the morning. I keep them on throughout the day. Yesterday my eyes were bothering me, so I tried to just take them off and see if they would, maybe not have stress or pressure. I don't know. I'm still working on that. I am absolutely a work in progress on this. And I think that's important to share, especially for people who are really looking for people's journeys through retinal detachment, because it is a journey. So that's kind of the update on that part. I have, regardless of how I'm feeling about my vision, which like I think I've indicated is I'm frustrated with my vision, but at the same time, my frustration, I'm really trying to not let it impede on my lifestyle. So I've been working and seeing clients. I've been kind of, broadening some of my horizons on, some of I got to paint some rocks recently. I got to do some creative things that I hadn't done in a long time. I went to a movie. I haven't been to movies I'd only been to 2 movies through this whole 16 months, and I would usually go to a movie, so I did get to go to a movie. I did pick a smaller theater so that I had a better capacity to be able to see the screen, be a little bit closer to it. I went to, my nieces are teenagers, and I've gotten to go to their events and see as best as I can. That was a really big push, because one was also like a sporting event, very big crowds, a lot going on, and was pretty intimidating. I was very nervous and anxious to go the entire year, and this was, I did go. I was very, very proud of myself that I went. I was even able to navigate the hall where we were without having my husband walk with me, so that once I knew where the restroom was or where the exit was, then I could actually maneuver around by myself, which was really, really nice. Soon we're going to be traveling. We have graduations coming up, visiting family, and our summer vacation. And so I've really put out in my mind that I am, I'm working to adjust to what I have. And there is a lot with the mind, the how the brain, perceives what we're seeing. And so I'm really working on that. And but like I said, incredible work in progress, because this is the second part, is I mentioned the last time, well, I've mentioned quite a few times that I have the double vision. And the double vision, I kind of have kind of a situation where I have 3 doctors and a 4th that I've seen a couple of times. And between two of the doctor, well, actually each of them has kind of said, hey, go to this one for this. And then they've said, nope, you need to go to that one. And so there's a little bit of finger pointing, so to speak. I mean, you know, I just think that they're really honestly all trying to do their best to assess my situation. And some of that is because I'm still literally recovering. The body takes time to heal and recover. And thankfully, I know that because I've worked with so many people who have been in similar situations, or even, people that I know who've gone through, healing journeys, or even myself with some other things. And so I keep trying to have patience with that. But it is true that the pain actually has been the thing that has held me back on some things. My parents had wanted to do a FaceTime recently with my sister, and I said, you know what, I have a headache. It hurts my eyes, and because looking at the screen actually is kind of a challenge, and so I have had times or other days where I've just said, like I've just gone and taken a nap because I just said I'm done. I can't do any more with concentrating and focusing and all of that. So one of the things that I really had to realize is that, okay, there's pain, like actual pain that is creating like a pain kind of down here and up through here, kind of like a headache. I started kind of thinking, this really sounds like a trip to the doctor would be a good idea. So I kind of cheated. I used my anti-inflammation drops and it was seeming to help. So I, at least for now, until I can get in to see the doctor, that is helping some. And I have some ideas, some things I need to talk to her about what some of the possible issues are and what more can be done. So that's kind of where I'm at for that. Now, the challenge is that because this eye hurts, it's also still trying to find its place in the world. It used to be my dominant eye, is that, and it's the one that is creating the double vision effect. It's just kind of created a lot more challenges in terms of just trying to just manage my daily life, in terms of being able to, really see as well as I would like to. So I'm hoping if we can get some, relax that eye some more, hopefully they agree either better anti-inflammation meds or more frequently. I'm kind of going a little rogue on self medicating on that until I get to go see them next week. So hopefully the next time I come, I will have better news about that. I think it's time I will share actually here, because it'll be a couple months before I come back. I will be asking my doctor at that point in time about doing a second opinion on some of the retinal work. And it's more just, there is another retinal specialist there in the office. And just having, as we say, a second pair of eyes on it, just because my case has been kind of special in terms of the two detachments. One is having complications. We're just about to reach the 1-year mark, and I'm having this pain and this particular issue. So I've been, like I said, I've been patient and waiting through the healing process, but also feel like it's time to just kind of say, hey, this is my vision. I'm still pretty young for dealing with substantial vision loss. And is there just anything more that can be done? They all have compassion. They all understand how hard this is for me. But I'm very clear with them that, I'm supposed to be working. I have elderly parents that I would like to see. I have a family. I have a life, and this is very complicated. So I'll be asking if I can see the other retinal specialist there in their medical group, and just kind of see what his thoughts are on, especially just the recovery over here. I felt like once we got to that year point, that seemed appropriate to start kind of opening the door on asking. So those are the things that I wanted to share. I'm looking at my notes to see if there was anything more that I wanted to add. Okay. I think that was everything that I wanted to say for now. So I know that I am going to be very busy for a while because I've got, like I said, June is a very busy month with graduations and Father's Day and so many birthdays, and then I go on my vacation, and I will be having my year anniversary of my retinal detachment and all of those things. So I won't be coming back on for a while. I was thinking I'd probably like the middle of August. That will give me some time to live some life and see how I do with everything, and also will get me to my next appointment with the retinal specialist. And so we'll just kind of see how that goes. So I'm thinking a couple months, maybe mid-August. It'll be about a year since the first time. In the meantime, like I mentioned, I do have videos that I've been releasing, and I will be continuing to release on OC Hypnotherapy YouTube channel. They're on a separate playlist. It's called Thoughts from the Hypnosis Office, and those are literally, the truth is, I'll share here. I cut down my work schedule, my client sessions. I used to have 3 session times a day, and for the last year, I've maxed out at 2. And so to kind of give me an opportunity to be able to creatively express, to be able to kind of share some of my hypnosis information, and especially I kind of see it as, anybody can see it. It's not necessarily people who are going to come and see me in the office. And so it's just been kind of a helpful way for me to also process some of the things that I've been going through. So soon I'll be having a topic on, the anniversary effect. That's why I keep talking about the 1-year mark, anniversary effect. I'll be talking about the new normal. And I'm really trying to just, as I have less things to share here on my retinal detachment journey, I wanted to just kind of share. If you're interested, there's some interesting and helpful information, and I'll be probably talking more about my own personal journey over there as well as time progresses. So that's what I have to share today. I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will be back in a couple of months with updates on how my new normal has been going, which is going to include some pretty serious travel that I'm very excited about. So I will be back, and I will share then. Have a wonderful day.